I actually do have tea in here. Well, tea and some lemonade and some vodka. All right. Hi, I'm Jenny Fire and welcome to my raggedy ass channel. If you are the 12 people who followed me since 2008, how y'all doing? Welcome back. If you are new, sit down, get you a glass, and let's chit chat. I decided to, actually, this is an absolute lie. I did not decide anything. My best friend suggested that if I was going to come back in the game, I should do a story time video like all the other cats are doing on YouTube. You are going to have to forgive quality, lighting, audio. Y'all gonna have to forgive all that, because when I'm telling you that it's a real MacGyver show going on in here, you have no idea. It's been a good, what, 5-6 years. I got some stories, you know. If you followed me from before, I used to live in Michigan with my family and my parents, and I moved to New York 2 years ago to fulfill my lifelong dream to live by my damn self. It's working. I'm happy. I'm a glow. So living in New York has been an experience, to at least. This story time is going to be 3 stories, count them. We're going to try to give you 3 stories about living in New York and all of its splendor. So, you know, start. Dating in New York is so fun. You know, the guys here are so amazing and so truthful, and they treat you right. No, not even close. When I first moved here, it was a new thing for me when it came to dating, because I'm used to dating regular niggas in Detroit, you know? Regular schmegular dudes. Cool niggas who work at Chrysler, you know? Accountants, regular niggas. In New York, everybody is something and something and something. Every dude I met was like, well, I work in finance, and I'm also a poet, and I'm also a producer, and I'm also a battle rapper, and I'm also an artist, and I'm also a sculptor. Everybody has a side hustle, and it's all a part of their title. So fast forward to me meeting this guy. We'll call him Cohiba. It's a thing, right? Cigars? Yeah. We'll call him Cohiba. This guy told me that he was an entrepreneur and he was a fashion consultant, and I think he also worked in marketing, if I'm not mistaken. And I was like, okay, nigga. At the time I was unemployed. I didn't have a job. So I was like, anybody with a job gets my attention. He's like, well, let's meet up in Midtown and we'll get drinks and stuff. And I was like, cool, let's do this. I'm here for it. I get dolled up and cute, and I go to Midtown and I wait for him outside. I dress in a midway for 60 degrees and like 75 degrees. So I'm in like crop pants, loafers, cute little jacket with a little cute top inside. I'm cold. Yeah, I'm just freezing my ass off. Lower lip is shivering. It's a wrap for me. He is late. I'm ready to go back to Bushwick. He shows up and this guy is like, yo, like he is dressed. The man is dapper. I love a well-dressed man. That stuff just, and he has like a nice little hat on, a little fedora, very, very future. Like future with like a better future, you know? The guy's dressed really nice. Like shoes I can't pronounce type shit. And I'm like, well, hey, so we meet up, we get these drinks and stuff. He's being very sweet and very open. The conversation is just flowing. I'm enjoying myself. He's enjoying himself. Comes time for us to go because happy hour is beginning to be over. It's time to go when the white folks are coming in. He pays for my drinks, which I am usually a person who like demands to pay first date, because if it doesn't work out, I don't owe you anything. But he offered and he wouldn't take no for an answer, so I let him do it. So now we've had drinks and we've discussed, we've reached that point where it's like we don't really want the night to end, but it's like, what are we gonna do after that? So he's like, we wanna get something to eat. And I'm like, sure, get something to eat. I'm down for that. So we go to this restaurant. I totally forget the name of the restaurant. It was definitely seafood though. I'm hungry. And Even though he just paid for drinks, I have no problem paying for my own food. I order something that I know that I can't afford. At the time, I had a bunch of money saved up, so I can definitely order things the way I want to and buy what I want. I get another drink and I get some food. And he's kind of like looking at me, looking at the menu, and he's kind of like, okay. And he orders like something really small. Cute for you. I'm hungry, so I'm going to order what I want to order. The food comes and it's really good, it's delicious, I'm fucking with it. It's like, down. And he gets his food or whatever, and he's looking at me and he's like, oh, you know, it's really good, can I have some? I was like, yeah, feel free to have some, I'm gonna share, let's do it. So I see reaching over to my plate and getting some of my food. It must be like pasta, some like shrimp and pasta. He gets a bite, he's enjoying it. He had like this like mushroom shrimp puff thing. So I go over to try a shrimp puff. My man's hits my hand. No, sir.
What you not gonna do if...
I really don't mind being a sharer. Like, I have no problem doing it if it's reciprocated. Don't tap my hand like I'm a child reaching for fire. I was just like, okay, like you have a mouthful of pasta right now from my plate and you're tapping my hand from yours. Got it. They'll check off that. So after it was over, I usually, if anybody who knows me know, I do like dinner, some little sweet at the end. They happen to have cheesecake. That's a wrap for me. I love cheesecake. I'm definitely gonna get me some. And she brings it. And it's not, it ended up being a little bigger than I thought it was gonna be. She brings 2 spoons. And I told her, don't worry about it. Go ahead, keep that other spoon, sweetheart. You don't have to, it's necessary. And he starts laughing. And he's like, oh, I guess you just on a date by yourself today, huh? And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean? Do you want some dessert? And he's like, well, when you order something, do you even think about me? And I'm like, no, I sure didn't, because I figured if you want some, you would like say you want some. So he starts to like laugh and pack up his things and stuff or whatever. I'm getting ready to finish my dessert. He's like, are you done? You know, I got somewhere to be. And I'm like, you can actually leave. You don't have to stay here with me. The whole night just took a turn. Like his whole tone and demeanor like just changed. It was just like, okay, I really don't care right now because the tapping thing threw me off. It really threw me off. And I tried to let it go. And I just felt like I was being chastised as a child. We can't have that. So he basically goes up to the bar, pays for his stuff, comes back to me and sits down for a little bit, and I'm taking my sweet time and I'm enjoying my cheesecake because I ain't got time for the bullshit. He brings the bill and he starts like snorting and making noises or whatever, like and I'm just looking at him like, what is your problem? I don't hesitate. I go to my wallet and I pull out my Amex, I put it down around the table. I'm like, you can go and take care of that. And so after she goes off the bill, he said something on the lines of, you didn't seem like a woman who likes to be kept. I didn't get that vibe from you. Well, it seems like that's really the case. And I'm like, I just paid for my own meal right now. I didn't pressure you to do it. Didn't even ask you to do it. Where is this coming from? And so he starts to snort again. I'm like, you know what? This is ridiculous. Like, you're copying an attitude right now for no reason. I'm leaving. The bill comes back. I sign off the receipt and I get ready to leave. As we're walking out and stuff, he's looking at me almost like I could walk you to the train or whatever. I can call you a cab. And I'm like, don't worry. The M is right there. I'm gonna hop on the M and just head home. And so as we're walking to the M, he's like, oh, I can take the M home as well. And I was like, whatever tickles your fancy. So walking back to the M, he's talking to me about different little topics or whatever, and I'm just giving kind of like one-word answers. I'm not really showing a lot of interest and stuff like that. We get to the train stop, and actually he's going up towards the Bronx, I believe, or into the city. I'm going back into Brooklyn, and he gives me a hug and he kind of lingers for a kiss, and
I give him that cheek like, dude, you're kidding, right?
And he's kind of standoffish about that. He stands back and he like walks backwards. And he's just like, I'll call you, you know, I'll hit you up later, get home safely, all that bullshit. Fast forward a couple of weeks. I'm just going through Instagram, checking the shade room and shit. And I think, I'm pretty sure I can look up this guy's Instagram through his phone number. I look up through his Instagram and I find it, and it's on private, and there's pictures of him, his baby mama, and his 2 children. Something he neglected to tell me before we had dinner and drinks. So it's safe to say, when he texted me at 4 a.m. a few days later asking if I wanted to come out and party, I didn't answer any of that. That ended up being a trend with a lot of guys that I met in New York, where they're cool, we have good conversation, we meet and we hang out, and later I find out they have a girlfriend or a wife in the Poconos. It's kind of creepy. New York dudes, ain't you to get it together like pronto. Halloween in New York. My very first year here in New York, I started a tradition, which is only 2 years in the running. Hopefully it'll be 3, where I go to Tumblr's headquarters and I go to their Halloween party over there. My cousin used to work there. A good friend of mine still works there. Have some drinks, hang out with some old people, and have a good time. Last year, didn't really have a costume. I pretty much came out in like jeans and a t-shirt, did some bomb ass makeup, threw 2 tears beneath my eyes, and called it a day. I show up at Tumblr's headquarters, and we're getting ready to party, and I meet up with a good friend of mine. Let's call her Angel. Meet with Angel and my cousin. I don't know if she wants her name to be said here, so we're gonna call her Bad Gal. So Bad Gal, Angel, and I were upstairs in Tumblr headquarters having a good time, just drinking, chilling or whatever. And Bad Gal's like, well, you know what? My girlfriend is throwing a party up at her place, and we should totally go and have herself a good time. At this point, I've been drinking, getting out on Tumblr's dime. I'm a little bit drunk. I feel the warmth in my chest. It's been a good evening. Me and Angel are talking. People done put some work into their costumes. Some girl dressed up as the call girls in Hotline Bling video. Someone dressed up like a fucking panda. Somebody was a horse. It was wonderful. Great. Let's do it. I'm in a great mood. Let's do it. We leave and we head over to Bad Gal's girlfriend's house, and what she neglected to tell me was that her girlfriend lives in the 5-story walk up, 5th fucking floor. If you are unaware of New York terms, that means that is 5 flights of stairs that she wanted my drunk ass to walk up. I mean, I did it, but at the time I was like, if I get up here, I'm up here. That's it. I ain't coming back down. I'm up here for the next God knows how many hours. I ain't coming back down. Fuck you. We get up there and the party is full of folks, which I actually have no problem with. But let's be honest, y'all know how to party. Not all of y'all. A few of y'all gifted souls. You're good at that shit. The liquor is strong. The music is my type of shit. It's great. No. This party was a lot of fist pumping, a lot of woo girls. Woo girls are girls that have the tendency to just scream and shout at public places for no reason at all, but they're intoxicated. We get to this party and it's already seeming kind of whack, but Bad Gal is happy. She and her girlfriend are being really cute. I'm in the corner on my phone, probably playing Scrabble, drinking really bad beer, and I don't even like beer. Bad Gal has a smart idea to go up to the roof, and her girlfriend's like, yes, go up to the roof. I have lights up there. It's super fun. Everyone's gonna have a great time. Comes to the roof. Another motherfucking flight of stairs, and I told this bitch, and I'm like, you have me going up too many goddamn stairs, and I'm not that fucking sober for this. But I do it. We go up to the roof or whatever. It is October in New York. last year. Not before Christmas when it was like creepy warm. It's like mad cold. Go up there, I'm freezing my fucking ass off. I immediately begin to sober up. It's a beautiful view, it's lovely, and I that's one thing about New York rooftops that I do enjoy, is that the view is always fucking breathtaking. But now I'm sober and I want to go home because it's cold. Someone has the bright idea to put up a tent, a legit camping ass tent, and I'm like, okay, sure, it'll keep the wind out, that's fine. I go in there and a bunch of white folks follow me, and Bad Gal and her girlfriend sit down. We're getting ready to like do some things that I can't say on camera because I don't participate in those things, but
We did this thing, you know, kind of like a talking stick, where we pass it around. Everybody gets a chance to talk on the stick.
at this point, you know, I'm sober, but now I'm joyful and lifted in his favor. Then folks start getting chatty. Some dude looking like Avril Lavigne's boyfriend from that boyfriend video starts chatting people up and asking them where they're from and where their aspirations. At this point, I'm far too lifted to be having this conversation with a straight face, so I start laughing my ass off. People are talking about what they want to be when they grow up, and I'm sitting here laughing. It's a terrible moment. Bad Gal's girlfriend leaves, and me and Bad Gal are alone with these white folks, and the white folks realize that I'm not being a good person, and they leave as well. Me and Bad Gal are having a good time, just passing talking stick around. In comes this guy dressed up in scrubs, claiming that just not his costume, he's actually a real doctor. Me and Bad Gal are just chilling, you know, talking and laughing and just being beautiful and black. Doctor guy is like trying to get on the action. He sees two girls who are really happy, and he wants to get in that happiness. Yeah, that kind of thing. Offers us to come down to his apartment on the 3rd floor and continue the party there. Bad Gal looks at me and I look at Bad Gal, and it's a moment of pure hysteria. We start laughing in this man's face. Like, it's pure like giggles to me having a fit to tears. At this point, my tear gun has been washed away. The lives I've taken are no longer important because this man thinks that we are happy enough to follow him to his apartment on the 3rd floor and do what? Not play Scrabble. I'll tell you that much. We leave the tent and leave him in there with his you know, lifted friend. And we enjoy the rest of our Halloween on the roof of someone's rooftop. I get hungry, and at this point I'm telling Bad Gal, if I go down these stairs and get some food, you're never gonna see me again because I'm not coming back up here. So we leave and we go get tacos at this taco place on 1st, I believe. It's crazy. I'm trying to avoid my ex who lives in the area. I just want to get tacos and go home. Bad Gal over there making out with her girlfriend. Cute for you. I'm ready to go. It ends up being a thing where I basically ditch everybody, end up on a train somewhere, and get back to my apartment okay. And the next morning, I'm usually just like, thank you, Jesus, that I made it on here. Oh, okay. Praise. My first altercation on a New York train, which happened like my first year here, I think. Oh, this is a good one. So I'm on the good old J train, and I forget where I'm coming from. I'm going home though, heading towards Broadway Junction. And these children get on the train, and they are loud, as most New York children are. For some reason, New York kids are just very loud all the time in public, like you don't have manners. And it's getting pretty loud, so I decide to get off that car and go to the next car. As I am leaving, a gentleman follows me. I'm assuming for the same reasons as any rational person would. I get to the next car and I sit down. My headphones are on as they normally are, and I'm not hearing anything or listening to anybody or their shenanigans. I don't know who's sitting next to me, and I guess he's been talking the entire time I wasn't paying attention. I see a hand reach across my thigh and tap me. At this point, I'm like, you have breached so many barriers just to get to my location. What do you want? I take off an earbud and I look at him and I'm just like, yes. And he's like, oh, you didn't hear me? And I'm like, clearly, no, I didn't. And he's like, oh, well, my name is David. And, you know, I know you have really nice shoes. I was wondering where you get your shoes from. I happen to have on my Adventure Time Doc Martens that day. And I was like, thank you. They're from Journeys. You know, you can look it up on journeys.com. And I'm putting my headphone back in my ear, and he is like, oh, cool, do you watch the show? And I was like, yeah, you know, I wouldn't just buy it for no reason. But yeah, I watch the show. I'm an avid watcher, you know, enjoy it and stuff. And he's like, oh, cool, who's your favorite character? He's like, this is a whole thing. He's trying to have a conversation with me at this point. I don't want to. I want to put my headphones back on and play Beyonce in peace. I want to turn that cherry out without interruptions, and he's not letting me have that. At this point, I'm smiling and I'm doing all the right things to do so I don't die. Hi, you know, this is a character. I watched the show, and you know, it's been a long day, so I put my headphones in or whatever. As I'm putting the headphones in, he's just like, well, bitch, you don't have to be rude. I don't know why, for some reason, men have a weird thought process of calling somebody out their name is gonna make it better. Like, you really think I'm gonna continue talking to you because you called me a bitch now? It's just like, are you serious? It's totally necessary. So I rolled my eyes and I take my headphone out and I'm like, sir, I have been nothing but polite to you in our 3 to 5 minute conversation. I would appreciate it if I got the same in return. And then I put the headphone back in my ear and I don't hear him, but he has continued to do a tirade on me. Shout out to Urban Ears, because them motherfuckers are just as good as Beats, bitch. I didn't hear a thing that man was saying, but everybody else in the car did. And he gets upset that I'm not reacting to him. The woman in front of me leaves at Cusco, whatever that street's called. Please don't hate me because I'm not from New York and I can't pronounce them. He's just in front of me. It just sounds like this. And you know, at this point, I'm like, we're making eye contact. I should take off my headphone. He's like, yo, listen, when a man's talking to you, show some fucking respect. I don't gotta talk to you if I don't. And he's going in the most Brooklyn-esque manner, like prepared to stomp me out with his Tim's type shit. And out of nowhere, I kid you not, it had to have been at Gates or something, a woman comes on the train and she's like, Daryl? And he, for some reason, uses his hoodie as a Harry Potter invisibility cloak and tries to cover himself. But woman is not taking no for an answer. She yanks off the hood off his body and she's like, Daryl, I know you fucking hear me. And I don't hear what he calls her, but turns out the woman is like screaming in Spanish and she's talking to him and she's like, and I've called you 6 motherfucking times. And it's like literally a straight up novella for the next 2 stops. We get to, I think, Chauncey, and I know that my stop is coming up and she's going in on him. And he's trying to get off at Chauncey. I've never seen somebody move that quick in my life, but mama had him by the hoodie at the door. So he's holding up the door and she's pulling him and she's like hitting him upside the head. And I can't help but laugh. Cause I'm like, dude, you was being so in my face a minute ago. How dare I not talk to you? You prepared to like I'm thinking like I might actually have to fight for my life right now. This is gonna happen. And then this woman comes in here and you literally shrink to the smallest version of yourself. It was the most funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. My stop was Broadway Junction, so I got off. And as I'm getting off, I can still hear her yelling at him. Because she done dragged him back to his seat now. She done dragged him back to his seat. She's talking to him in Spanish. She is tearing him a new one. Kind of my first taste of like New York harassment. But at that moment, it was kind of like, you know, whoever that was, like my little guardian angel, she came through and was just like, oh no, the fuck you ain't. It was hilarious. That was my story times for you. Hope it was something and it worked for y'all. I'm really hoping this audio just works, to be honest, because that's my biggest worry right now. I plan to do way more videos, like hair tutorials, this makeup look, even though I think I don't have enough primer on my eyelids, so I look a little terrible. So expect more. Story times, not so much. I feel like my life is not that fun to give y'all stories. I mean, I can sit here and lie and make up shit about being kidnapped or whatever, but really, like, what for? And I'm kind of private, as you can see. I'm making up names for everybody, so I really don't like tell my business out to people, but we'll see. Shout out to the bestie. We'll call her Honeydew. Thank you, Honeydew, for the suggestion. I hope y'all like it. Let me know if you want more. I'm free to give it.